today. According to Milwaukee police, Bourgeois was one of two people found dead inside a home near 50th and Clark this afternoon. Officials have not identified the woman who was also found dead with Bourgeois. He was the last person, as you mentioned, to see his stepdaughter at the time, Alexis Patterson, before she vanished. That was back in May 2002. Bourgeois walked the 7-year-old girl to school and left her at the playground. She has not been seen since. It has been almost 19 years since her disappearance. To this date, no one has ever been charged in connection to that disappearance. As for Bourgeois' death, the medical examiner says it's being investigated as a possible drug overdose, but an official autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow. Joyce.
Longtime Milwaukeeans remember.
7 years old.
Any number.
Her stepfather, Laurent Bourgeois, was the last person to see her alive. He says he watched her cross the street heading to High Mount School. The community laid a wreath for Alexis there on the 15th anniversary of her disappearance in 2017.
As we stand today in memory of Alexis,
I've never doubted in my mind that she wasn't coming home.
Bourgeois and his current wife were found dead Tuesday afternoon in their home from what's suspected to be a drug overdose. I spoke to Bourgeois' mother, who didn't want to go on camera, but says Laurent was still hopeful Alexis would be found. Over the years, Ayanna Patterson and Bourgeois divorced. They had a different child together and were supposed to see each other next week for a custody hearing. A man who used to live in Alexis's neighborhood and who helped in the search efforts, Christopher Schwartz, says he hopes after all this time, someone will consider speaking out.
I always believe that, eventually someone will come forward with more information. It's like anyone's guess what happened. It's just so odd. One day she's there and the next day she's...
I ran in the class. Miss Rulin was still in there. And I asked Miss Rulin, I looked at Miss Rulin. I said, Miss Rulin, where Alexis at? And I still remember her face. She turned around, she said, Alexis didn't come to school, I ain't seen the and I said, oh my God, I never knew that my baby hadn't made it to school that day. That's like a real problem for me.
Gone.